Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl SimplyKay, back with another video. Welcome back to another video. This video is all about, it's time guys. It's July, almost August. It is the time everyone has been taking their Nclex or is about to take their Nclex. And I'm sure the question is, what the heck, what's next? After Nclex, what on earth is next? So I'm here to give you guys my little 5 categories of, so you pass Nclex, what's next kind of series. I am going to be doing this series on this channel based off of life after Nclex. I feel like this is something that I've been wanting to do, but obviously I just started myself last year. It has been officially 1 year since I was hired and started as an RN. So I feel like now I kind of like, I've been through a lot. I've had the experience, so now I can kind of look back and kind of give you guys some tips and tricks as you guys start going into your life of nursing and beginning. I wish that I kind of had this a year ago, which I did. I watched a few videos, but this is going to be a little bit different. I just kind of make it up as I go and give you guys tips and stuff that I wish I had or what I've learned throughout my first year of nursing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Before I keep babbling, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get into the video. Hello! So, I think I'm going to bring you guys with me today. I really want to record a video, but I don't know what to record. Hello guys, that's my jam! Seeing how this background looks, is it giving you everything. Hello! Okay, so I wrote it down because obviously it's a lot and I want to stay on track because y'all know I can babble. So you passed your Nclex. First thing, congratulations. That is the first thing. Nclex is not easy. It is very hard to prepare for, so your congrats are in order. Like, you deserve to be celebrated. You deserve to celebrate yourself, everyone to be celebrating you. Make your posts on Instagram, let everybody know, add that RN next to your name. Period. This is the time just to be really happy and like, you've accomplished so much. You've passed. Like, you're an RN, you're it. Like, that's basically what you did your whole nursing school. We suffered, we stressed, we cried so many times, but it was all worth it because you passed and now you're starting your life as a registered nurse. So definitely celebrate, and then key on relax. So with me, if you haven't watched my other videos, I took my Nclex June 26, 2019, and I started my job July 15. So I didn't have much time to relax, but that was okay because I was happy to have a job. But if you do not have a job, relax. Like, take some time to relax, because it's not like when you're in school you have a summer break, like you get a couple months off. Like, once you start working, we're working for the rest of our lives. Yeah, we have our days off, but going on vacations, it's not going to be like, you have to plan it out. You can't just go. So relax, go on vacations. I mean, now it's kind of like we can't go on vacations, but do something to relax that's within, you know, social distancing guidelines and everything. So number 2 is what leads into this conversation, is jobs. So obviously that's the most important thing. If you already have a job before you took the Nclex, that is like the best thing, but it's also kind of stressful because you're going in to take your test and you're like, I have a job, so I have to pass or else I can't start my job. So that's also one little stressful part, but I did that and it was fine and it all worked out. Positive vibes your way if that's your case. But jobs. So it's very important to, if you don't have a job secured already, to start applying. I'm sure they need people everywhere at this point. Coronavirus in the hospitals, kind of where I am, kind of like slowed down a little bit, but you never know if they'll spike back up. So I'm pretty sure though, hiring is still the same as it's been, but I do know that some hospitals have had hiring freezes for certain positions, so I'm not too sure everywhere globally how that is. But the first thing is secure a job, and that goes into the topic of interviews. There's many ways to prepare. You can watch YouTube videos, you can look up like questions that they would ask, like nursing. Usually they do like scenario questions, so they ask you about yourself. Definitely have your resume updated, have any relevant job experience, like if you were a PCT or a student nurse technician, any of that, put that on there. Any job experience, like I know I was a resident assistant on campus, so I put that in there. And that, you would be surprised how helpful being a resident assistant compared to what I do as a nurse. Like, I do mostly almost the same thing, just with patients in a hospital. It's crazy. So put anything like leadership positions, any honors that you've received, any certifications. Like I could do phlebotomy, so I put that on there. Obviously your CPR, put all that on there. But you can look online for like examples, but definitely search up nursing interview questions. If you know someone who works at the hospital that you are applying to, ask them about it. Ask them how the interview process was, because mine was, we had to do a video interview before even getting picked. You had to do a video interview. Then if they liked you, they picked you to bring you in. It's a little different for every hospital, but ask anyone you know that works there and they can tell you about their experience. Then if you are applying for a I suggest doing a residency. Like, I'm biased because I did one, but it really is amazing to do. Like, I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but it was very helpful from going from student nurse to nurse in a residency. So mine was like 4 months with the preceptor, and then the last couple the last 2 months were on my own. But it was just so helpful. I learned from so many different preceptors, I learned from so many different nurses, got to jump around on different floors and see what I liked, what I didn't like, what kind of atmosphere I wanted to be in. So residencies are just, they're safe in a way, and it's like a good way to grow and prepare yourself to be on your own and do what you have to do as a nurse. So I always suggest residencies, but that's just me. If you are in a residency, like I said, I used to carry around a little notebook and write down anything that preceptors would tell me, any advice, so that I can have it later on, because you know, you're in the moment, you might forget. So I like to write down everything. My hospital, the policies were all the same, so I would write down how to do certain things, so then when I'm on my own, if I ever forget, like, I know exactly how to do it. Ask coworkers tips and tricks, like I said, get advice from them, and then take things from the preceptors so that you can use them in your own routine. So all my preceptors were different. Like, we had type A preceptors, we had more like relaxed nurses that kind of just went with the flow, but we're still like organized and got everything on time. So just like, you can take things and learn from each person that you're with to make your own routine. Next is, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Like, what do you need every day when you go into work? So first thing obviously is a bag. You want to have a bag. I had a tote for the first couple of, actually like the first year, but I just switched out to a backpack because I'm so tired of carrying backpacks. I mean totes. The shoulder, I need just backpacks so I can carry stuff in my hand, my coffee, everything else. You obviously need a stethoscope. If you want, this is the time to tell people, like, yeah, pass my Nclex, you want to buy me a stethoscope? Preferably a nice one. You can get the gifts, people, like, get the gifts, because you've made a great accomplishment. So just, you know, I need a stethoscope. Badge holders. So I have so many badge clip holders. Like, get the ones that, you know, you pull and you can swipe into different things, because I don't know if anyone who wears like just the keychain kind of neck, whatever it's called, what is it called? Lanyard. No one wears like a lanyard that I know of. Everyone uses like the badge clip, so you just pull the string. I did have one break, so definitely buy more than one and keep an extra one in your bag. Just a tip. Shoes are the next most important thing. You need to have 2 pairs at least, and they need to be comfortable, because all you do is walk, run, everything. You need comfortable shoes, but you also need another pair of shoes just in case to have in your car, in case anything goes wrong, you have an accident, you step in something, you need extra shoes. Then scrubs, obviously you need scrubs. So I suggest to have like 3 to 4. I'm currently gonna buy some more, because sometimes you just don't get around to washing as much as you would like. So I'm good with it, with the 4, but in case I have like my lazy days, I think I'm gonna get like 3 more pairs, just so I have a whole bunch. Scrubs, also keep an extra pair of scrubs in your car. You never know with what we encounter on a shift. You never know if you need an extra pair of scrubs, so always just keep extra scrubs and extra shoes in your car, so you can run out and get them if an accident happens and you need them. Also for clothes, I like wearing jackets. Sometimes it's really cold in the hospital, so I also have a jacket that goes with my uniform, and then I have the long sleeve shirts underneath. Some hospitals are different and they have you wear different colors, like, oh, you can only wear certain colors, so just check with your hospital and see. But definitely the long sleeve shirts underneath, they're comfortable, they keep you warm, and yeah, they're cute. Then next is a clipboard. So you need something to keep your papers. Some people don't use clipboards, but I think it's nice to just have, so you can keep everything together and organized. I have the clipboard the white coat clipboard. If you look that up on Amazon, I also link it down below. It has a little cheat sheet on the back of little things that you might need to know, like temperatures. It has the pupil size chart. It has the faces scale on there. So just, it's really helpful. You can use if you need to convert like a temperature to Fahrenheit and see what it is, you know, just little cheats. Then I carry a drug guide, but I don't ever really use it because the computers can look up everything, so I don't find myself using that too often, but it's good to have. And then a notebook, like I said, you can do like a little notebook. I have like a composition book size, and I use that for if I come across something, a patient has this disease or disorder that I've never heard of, or I'm really unfamiliar, or I don't really remember from school. I like to look it up and write things down and then compare their presentation to what information I found, just so I can always know if it's something different or it's something new. I can look back on it and be like, I had a patient like this and they had this, and I learned this. Like, just so you're always learning. Like, even though we're not in school, we're still learning. You come across new things all the time. Then number 4 is prepare mentally. Being a nurse, there's things till this day that I'm like, no one told me that I would have days like this. No one told me that it would feel like this draining at times. But it's not all negative. It's obviously, there's a lot of positive too, but you just have to prepare mentally. So when you're first starting and you're going in, don't expect to know everything. Don't expect to not make any mistakes, because you are, and that's okay, because you're learning. And that's where I think being in a residency is more helpful, because if you make a mistake, you have a preceptor there to correct you or to like stop you before you make the mistake. So that's why I just think residencies are great. Always ask other nurses things, get their feedback, ways to make your life easier as a nurse. They know. The more experience you have, the more you know. Literally, they are the people to go to. But it just takes time. It's been 1 year and I feel very comfortable being on my own and doing what I'm doing, but there are still days where you don't know something, like, and you have to ask, and that's okay. Nursing is a learning experience for everybody. New nurses, medium experienced nurses, and seasoned nurses. Like, it's a learning experience at all times. This coronavirus came up and no one knew anything about it, and we were all struggling together, so it's a learning experience. And then another thing is just mentally, you get thrown out of your comfort zone immediately. Like, you're all happy, yeah, I graduated, yeah, I passed my Nclex, okay. When you were a senior and you were in clinicals, you knew everything. You were like the top dog of the school. Like, you knew, you ready, like, you're gonna go out into the world and become a nurse now, but you knew everything. Like, you were at that threshold, you were experienced and everything for the college life. Now when you graduate and go into the nursing world, you're back at the bottom. You don't know much except what you learned in nursing school. And nursing school and real life nursing are different. Like, there's stuff you have from nursing school that you see, but it's completely different. You truly learn on the job, and I'm like, I 100% believe that. I don't care what anyone says. It's more in the field than what you learn in nursing school. But you just get out of your comfort zone and you have to learn how to, you're basically growing all over again, and you're starting from the bottom. Also, you're just gonna have your good days and your bad days. That's just with anything. Sometimes there's days where you're like, yes, this is why I became a nurse, like, I love it. And then some days you're just like, why'd I choose this? Why'd I do this to myself? I kind of would rather go back to nursing school. You will have those days, but then you'll have a good day and be like, oh, I was tripping. Just know how to have de-stressors. That was something I had to learn, is definitely don't bring work home. Just when you leave, that's it. Maybe vent on your car ride home, and then when you step into your house, I'm like, I'm not even a nurse. Don't ask me anything about nursing. Don't talk about nursing. Unless I'm out with other friends that are nurses, and we'll talk about it. But just try to separate work and your life, because you cannot be a nurse 24/7. You just can't. It just is a lot. So know how to de-stress. Know how to do things for your own self-care, because nursing is stressful. It takes a toll on you mentally, emotionally, and physically. So we have to, like, definitely keep up with ourselves and listen to our bodies and take care of our minds and everything, because we go through a lot. And the last thing, I don't want this video to be too long, but this is the last thing, is to have routines and to make schedule adjustments, because we don't have the typical work schedule. I know I drop down now, so I'm 72 hours. I work 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts, but I work every other weekend. So What that means is I can't do everything on weekends with family, friends, and stuff like that. So I try to have them accommodate and plan ahead so that I can know, like, I can be there or I can't be there. If you could change the date, that'd be great. But if not, I know I'm gonna miss out on things. So just adjusting to that, and then also the fact that we have to work some holidays as well. Every hospital is different, but it sucks. Like, it really does. I made a video about working weekends. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I kind of just talk about how it is to work weekends and holidays. So another thing is picking day shift or night shift if you have the choice. So when I was applying, only certain floors were hiring day shift and night shift nurses. Some were only doing night shift, and then where I got hired, they were only hiring day shift. So I am not a morning person, but I do not also like working through the night. Like, it's just, you have to figure out what's better for you. Some of the cons of when I did a night shift rotation, I did not like that it was just slower. Like, day shift, don't get me wrong, is crazy and busy, but night shift was like, well, the 3 days that I worked, it was hard to stay up. Like, it was busy for the first couple hours, and then right when you get to like 2 o'clock in the morning, I was like, all right, like, I'm ready to go to bed. So I just snacked and like talked, but it just wasn't as like busy. So that's the only, I don't know. And then I didn't like that when I got home, I wasn't really tired, but I had to go to sleep because I had to go back in at 7, and I couldn't sleep. Everyone was cutting the grass, everyone was being loud, playing music in their cars, like calling me. It just wasn't a fun experience. Like, I was tired. I did like getting ready. Like, I felt like I had enough time to get ready. I wasn't like scrambling in the morning like I am. But night shift just wasn't for me. I'm thinking like maybe down the road I have kids or something, but it was not for me. Day shift is crazy, but I'd rather work through the day, not have to like adjust my sleep schedule, and on off days have to worry about, oh, I need to stay up all night the night before I go in, and it just seemed like a lot. Some people do it and they love it, so it's just a personal preference. So if you do have the option, kind of hopefully you get the chance to work some night shifts just to see how it is, and then you can decide. But sometimes you don't have a choice at all. Like, I know a lot of my friends like alternating day shift and night shift, and they do fine with it and they like it. But my personal preference is I'd rather just stick to day shift and call it a day. So, and also I didn't get to see my fiance. Like, he would come home at 5 and I'd be getting up to get ready to go to work. So it's kind of like on those days I worked, I really didn't see him, and I don't like that. So also just knowing to include time with your family and friends in your schedule. Like I said, when it comes to planning stuff, because of weekends, holidays, night shift, day shift, like, it's hard to plan. Like, we don't have normal schedules. I can't just be like, yep, I'll see you then. Like, no, we have to plan in advance, and that is how it has to be. And then I'm friends with other nurses, so it's just like finding days off that match is a struggle. So just make sure you can find a way to somehow still incorporating family and friend time, and then also time for yourself to just do some self-care, do things that you like reading. For me, like reading, going outside, being able to watch a movie, anything you like doing that's like fun to you. Make sure you have time to do it. And then just taking time to work out and be healthy is also like an adjustment to your schedule, because it's hard to stay consistent and go to the gym when, like, say if I want to go to the gym 5 days out of the week, I work 3 days and I can't go back to back. Like, I can't go 5 days in a row. Like, it has to be spread out. Every week's not the same. I don't work the same days every week. So coming up with a gym schedule for me is like the hardest thing that I'm doing right now. So I'm trying to incorporate how to do workouts at home. It's just been tough. So definitely like finding a routine and a balance is important. But I'm gonna make many more videos about getting into detail about certain topics a little bit more. If you have any requests or any questions about first year nursing, interview questions, just any questions you have about like the experience, like things that you are thinking about ahead of time that you might experience or encounter, just drop those down below. I know this video was a little lengthy, but I will make smaller segments of videos for this first year of nursing series that I'm going to start. So just comment down any ideas below, and if you don't have any, just stay tuned because I am coming out with a lot more videos. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and again, congratulations if you passed your NCLEX, and congratulations in advance because we speak positivity in advance, and I know everyone is gonna pass. And if you don't let it hold you down. Just keep trying. We don't give up on team SimplyKay over here. We keep going no matter what. So stay tuned. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification button so you can get notified when I upload videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.